creating a website with Google Sites. In this third video, I will be discussing additional inserts that you can put on your Google site, from advanced objects to how to insert particular objects from Google Drive. All right, so let's take a look at some advanced things that we can insert into our Google site. So far, we've talked about pictures, we've talked about text, we've shown how to insert links and stuff in here. So now let's go a little bit further. So if we scroll down a little bit here on the toolbar side, we can see we got some sets of things. So one is collapsible text. Collapsible text, I can say that, allows you to hide text if you need be, and then to click on it to expand it. So sometimes you want to not have everything kind of take up the full amount of screen, and so you would use collapsible text. So for example, I could have like a description title be right here, and then the full description will be below. So what that looks like then is now I can kind of click on this to expand it and click on it to hide it. So if we go and preview what this looks like, I scroll down here, I could see here's my description title. I click on it and it will kind of show me. I can click on it and it'll hide it. Show, hide. So that is collapsible text. Sometimes when you want to tuck things away, you don't want it to take up the full screen. In addition to that, there is the image carousel. Now let's say I wanted a couple different pictures of flowers here, but I didn't want it to take up the full screen. So what I can do instead is do an image carousel. So if I click on image carousel, I can add an image, and I can upload or select it. We're just gonna do a little Google search. So this time I'm gonna look for flowers. Of the one picture, I'm going to do some multiple ones. So here, and I don't have to do it all from at once. I could go back and add more. So I'm just going to add a couple in here. I'll add some 4. I'll click insert. So those pictures are being brought into my image carousel. Again, I can go in and click plus, select image. Maybe this time I want to do like a bee. Let's find a bee. That guy, and insert. All right, so now I got 5 pictures kind of in my carousel. I could additionally add text to it, so I can add like a little caption or an image description. So here's B. Go through and do that to all these pictures as well. Once I have this built, and you could always go back and add to this after you insert. I click insert. And here is my image carousel. And then if I go to settings here, this is where I can go back and edit it. Let's preview to see what this is going to look like. So if I click preview, I'll scroll down. So here it is here. Now I can click on, you can see the little description I typed in was right there. But I can click next to look at all the pictures. So now that I built my carousel, I'm going to actually get rid of this flower picture here and move this. Oops, not right there. Let's undo that and drag it up right there. There instead. So now in that same amount of space, I have multiple pictures I can go through and do. And then if you're wanting to change it so that way like the B one isn't the first one, I can drag and rearrange those to a different order, so you can see now that that picture is the first one that's there. All right, so another thing we have here is the table of contents. So this kind of allows me to have links, so you can kind of see right here the plants. It kind of designated this as like a section here. As a place I can jump to, and then the description title that's down right here. So it kind of intuitively I can talk, picks up like where it kind of jumped to, but this allows you, if you have like a really long page, to kind of jump down to a particular like section. All right, some other things that are here are a button. So a button kind of allows you to um, do a link, except in a little bit more like a button shape. So I will type in, let's just type in, we'll just do one that takes us to Google. Being creative at the moment. So I can click in Google, insert, and there's a button there. So now if I go and preview the site, again, there's my table of contents, there's my carousel, here's a Google button. If I was to click that, it's going to take me over to Google. All right, let's keep going. So there is a divider. So the divider allows you to kind of separate some sections. Now the color is determined by your theme, so pay attention to that. And I can move that divider, and it just kind of helps separate a little bit, kind of like little mini sections here. So that's that. A divider kind of visually gives that break for people. There's YouTube. So if I click on YouTube, I get inserted a video directly from YouTube. So I can search for one. So let's see, all about flowers. Do a search. Let's see what comes up. Maybe I'll choose the second one. I'll select that. And then that drops that in. I can resize this to, now it does kind of obey the same kind of rules that we talked about for images. So notice that's kind of cut off. So if I can resize it, bring it up to kind of like match. And then if I want to, I can bring this up into this section here, like so. If I want to make it a little bigger, I can do that, and so forth. So if I go in preview and scroll down, I can see there's a video. I can play the video from within here. I can click this button to make it full screen if I wanted to. All right, so now we're going to jump into Google Drive. So in my Google Drive, I have all kinds of things like video files and Google Docs and Google presentations, PDFs, everything. So there's a couple ways to kind of go about it. So first, if I go to Insert and then Google Drive, this is where I can kind of search through my vast amount of stuff. If I can navigate to it, or I can just click the little search bar to kind of find it. So maybe I'll find something here. Let's say here's a little PDF. I can insert that piece in. So that will appear here as part of my Google Drive. The inserts PDF as kind of a little viewer. I'll show you what that looks like. So you can kind of do it that way. Or if you jump down to the bottom here, you do have a list of Google apps that you can insert directly. So you can do it either way. So if you want to kind of narrow down your search, for example, I can click on where it says slides and give it a second. It'll show me my most recent ones. I'll just choose this guy here and insert. And then you can kind of see it's inserting my slide here. So now if I preview, go back and show you what this looks like. I can scroll down. So here's the PDF. The PDF I can kind of scroll to, and I can look within here, and I could always adjust the size if need be, or I can push it out, pop it out rather, to its own little screen. Or down here at the bottom, I have my Google slide deck, and what's nice about this, I can kind of scroll through the slide deck within the Google site without leaving it, or I can pop it out there as well. And you can do that for other things. For Google Docs, you can insert that in so it's viewable within there. Sheets, forms, all that kind of good stuff. You can do it directly from within Google Site. So it's nice that when it's all integrated together.